TinaO here. Thanks for the little camera wobble. You still with me? I'm TinaO here from TinaO Life, and today I'm here to talk about your core story. The core story is that thing that you can't run fast enough from. It's the story that dogs your trail. It's the story that always brings you peace. It's the double-edged sword of all that you are and all that you have always been. It is the language of who you are and likely, I don't like this word, but the work, whatever you're here to do on the planet. And what that shows up as often is how you are with your friends, how you are with your clients, how you are when you're sitting around a dinner table and it's the only conversation you really ever want to have. And in the depth of that is it's the only conversation you ever really want to avoid. It's also the only conversation you ever really want to find the answers to. It's where you spend your money on the books that you buy. It's where you spend your money on the workshops you take. It's where you spend the money to protect yourself from so you don't ever have to go there. It's the deep yearning, and it's also the deep blessing. And that's the core story. So what's that about, right? Because it sounds like, well, that could be all la, 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 la personal growth stuff. And it is all that fabulous la, la, la personal growth stuff. But it's also that really specific business stuff. It's about figuring out why you do what you do. So going back to Simon Sinek's The Why, right? If you haven't watched that, it's on TED. Watch it. It's brilliant. So this is kind of like the what of your why. When you identify your core story, what actually motivates you to get up in the morning, to have purpose in your day, to have purpose in the work that you do, to when things are totally crap in your business or in your life, why you keep going. It's the what of that why. So what do you do that furthers that core story? How of what you do furthers your core story? And it's the deep core story, right? When people say, hey, what do you do? You know, it's also like, it's your title. Like, you know how long it took me to figure out my title? It took me years to figure out my title because people would say, what do you do? And I'd go, you know, I'm a PR person. No, I'm not. I just do PR. I'm a professional network marketer. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I just do that. I'm the botanical beauty bar lipstick lady. No, I'm not, but I do that. And I love all of those things, but it's not actually what I am. When I found language for my core story as the what of what I am, everything got quiet. Everything got peaceful. Everything got purposeful. Everything. I'm a core story specialist. And the how of that is I listen and I mirror and I work on the human experience plane. And what I mean about that is there are people who really, like, their work is in the soul plane, right? That's where they work. They work on that deep spiritual undercurrent of what you're all about. Then there are people who work really on the practicals. They work on, like, specifically on the hows. These are probably, you know, the money people, the organizers, the people who move stuff around. You get it? Like, they work in the practicals. There's people who work in the mindset. That's all about what you feed your brain. The arena that I work in is the human experience, which means I recognize we have 365 days in a year. We have 24 hours in a day. We have, there's certain limitations, if you will, about this human experience. I'm not out floating in the ether in the soul world, you know, pretending that I don't live on a planet. I'm also not way in the mind stuff pretending I don't live in a body. The human experience is recognizing that I live in a body, I have time, and I have resources. I have 3 resources, right? My time, my money, and my energy. Your core story, when I work with you, it's about pulling out and through the listening of what is the core story and how does that show up in your human experience. How might you be stuck in certain places because you're actually in resistance to your core story? How might that be showing up in what you got for free? That's one of my favorite conversations. What'd you get for free? meaning you didn't have to earn it. You just freaking do it. That's part of your core story. That's part of the double-edged sword, right, of your core story. FYI, my core story is you matter. That's what I do. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. It doesn't matter whether I'm in that PR conversation, right? And all the other things I've done in my life. What I deliver, what I always deliver is you matter. Guess how I found that out? Because my deep pain or my deep yearning or my core story yearning, if you will, like when I go to my deepest, darkest, most awful place, like, you know, when you don't want to get up in the morning, when you'd rather like drive into traffic, rather than get up, that place for me is, I don't matter. None of this matters. Who cares? That's my deep yearning, my core story yearning. And it wasn't until I found that I could go, oh, but the other side of that is I deliver, you matter. That's my core story. Now, some of you might be able to just take what I just did and just run with it and go, I know mine. Cool. Some of you might do that and go, now, how does that apply? Others of you might go, I have no freaking idea. So here's the invitation. Book a 1-hour free core story consult with me. We may get to the core story. We may just get little pieces of it. But what I know for sure is that's what I do. That's what I deliver. And should we move beyond that, there's offerings I have available to you that's all about the practicalities in this human experience of how your core story is here to not only serve you, but serve the world. I'm TinaO from TinaO Life. Send me a little message and say, yeah, I want one of these core story sessions. I'd like some deep listening. I'm in. I'd like some deep listening. So just send me a message. It's what I do. Because you know what I do? I'm a core story specialist. And once I found that, life got peaceful. I'd like to give that to you. Okay, send me a message. TinaO Life. You know what to do. Ciao.